Hello everyone, hope all is well. This is Teresa, aka 50 Plus 2013. Today's video is going to be about menopause and a haul. You might ask, what does menopause have to do with the haul? Well, menopause doesn't have anything to do with the haul. I have a few items, and since I was doing this video, I just thought I'd share them with you. Stay tuned to the end and you will see something that I bought that I just think that is so cute. And it's something that I've been seeing in magazines and like just the regular fashion magazines, and I was thinking, like, that's kind of cool. So I stumbled upon it in the 99-cent store, and of course it wasn't 99 cents, but nevertheless it's something that I had my eyes on, and it didn't cost a small fortune. So on to the video, the main topic, which is menopause. I'm at the age of menopause, and I may have started feeling my first signs of menopause in my early 40s. It wasn't that noticeable, but just when certain things happen, you kind of say, chalk it up to, oh yeah, that's like a menopausal type of symptom, which would be like a hot flash or a night sweat for the most part. So I was experiencing the hot flash every now and then. The night sweats came and went. Like, it can be like I would experience the night sweat night after night, to the point where I would be getting out of my pajamas or having a second pair of pajamas sitting next to me to switch out of, because wintertime and night sweats, you're like so cold because your whole nightgown or whatever you're sleeping in becomes saturated, and you have to just change out to something completely different. Now, there are different levels and intensities and signs and symptoms that vary from person to person. For me personally, I suffered from the night sweats, the hot flashes, the loss of concentration, the lack of sex drive, weight gain in my midsection, and extremely dry skin. Well, not all over, but just started to notice dry skin. You know what? Some of that stuff is just considered getting old. So menopause basically would be hot flashes, night sweats, mood swings, low energy, and weight gain. And those are the things that I experienced. My weight really didn't fluctuate, but I couldn't lose weight, and it's still difficult to lose weight. The mood swings were rough because sometimes you didn't even realize you were having a mood swing. You were just irritable and just couldn't explain why. The hot flashes, to me, that's the worst. They're brutal in my case. When I'm experiencing a hot flash, it lasts from seconds to minutes. And I've timed them, so I know this is the case. And for that period of time, I can't even focus. It's like hard for me to focus. If you were talking to me, I can see your lips moving, but I really can't hear you. If I was asleep and experience it, I would completely wake up out of my sleep. I can be in the deepest sleep, but the hot flash will wake me up. So you're moody because your body's just going through these changes. Besides, you don't have good sleep. You're not processing your food properly. It's a big deal, guys. And so far, there's hardly anything on the market for, everyday people. I won't say poor people or below poverty people or middle class people, whatever. It's very little help on the market, and it's really a struggle to find out what works for you. So I'm going to tell you, in the past, the things that I've tried. I've tried Cohoc, black Cohoc, and that was in my 40s. Didn't help. I tried the liquid version, the pill version. It didn't help anything. And then I tried Estroven, which is over the counter, and I got very little relief from the 3 types that they had out there at the time. And then at some point, I ended up getting on AMBEREN through my doctor. That helped. Okay, then I had a lapse in my medical, and I wasn't able to get AMBEREN refilled. So then I decided that I was going to go ahead and try AMBEREN. And AMBEREN, like I said, I saw commercials on it. It kept popping up in my feed and my Facebook, and I thought I'd give it a try. And I tried it for probably almost 5 to 6 months. And finally, it got to the point where I didn't feel any type of relief. So I called the 1-800 number on the back, and the woman said to double up the dose. I doubled up the dose, and it still didn't help. And finally, I called back, and they said, you know, if you pick that up at Walmart, go get your money back. I'm like, this box was $29, $30. Just rounded up to 30. What about the rest of my $30 that I didn't have? So I'm not an advocate of this. And if you're out there and it's working for you or worked for someone you know, can you leave that in the comments? Because I just need to know, because I just feel like something is wrong with this. So all the claims on it are: it restores hormonal balance naturally. It takes care of hot flashes, night sweats, mood swings, low energy, weight gain, and more. It's clinically tested, and that it has no side effects, 100% drug free, estrogen free. And I think a lot of people want to know that a product is estrogen free. It says that in the pamphlet here, I can leave the phone number down there if you want to call and get information, and the email address. But it says that 91% had hot flash relief, 78% had night sweat relief, 87% had better sleep, 85% had less irritability, 77% had more energy. It's a packet where you take 2 pills a day. So it's a white pill and a red pill. You take them at the same time, but they're in their own blister packs. That was annoying, because whatever happens is just this 1 pill a day. So they show pictures and a few testimonies of people, very few people. They try to say it get a 4.5 rating. To me, it didn't help with the mood swings. It didn't help with the night sweats. It did not help with the hot flashes. What you can do, basically, besides pray and ask for deliverance from this horrible change in life. And if you don't know how you start to have menopause, it's basically you losing your menstrual cycle. So if you're still having a menstrual cycle, you're not in full-fledged menopause. If you have a hysterectomy and your uterus and your ovaries have been removed, that would send you in immediate menopause. Now, I know that when I was like about 8 or 9 and my oldest sister was 18, her and her girlfriend, I was out with them and they were talking. And I remember her friend saying that I'm already in menopause. Lucky for the girl, she had a child early on, and after that she just went straight up into menopause. And I just thought to myself, wow, I don't even know how I had the sense enough to make out that that was not good at that age, and that was something for an extremely mature person. So it's a natural part of life. Everyone don't experience it. If you don't experience it, you are very, very blessed. There's no time limit for it. It can go from the time you start to the rest of your life. Some people say after 10 years, 20 years to start. It's not necessarily inherited. So there's a total of 6 girls in my family, and not all of, just put this way, not all of us are or have experience. And I'm down at the end, so I'm speaking of the older ones, and we're all not experiencing menopause at the level I'm experiencing it. I would literally break out in a complete sweat from my chest up. One of my sisters who had it so bad, she just chopped off her hair because she was tired of, pressing her hair or doing her hair, and it gets sweated out behind a hot flash or a night sweat. It feels like a personal summer. It feels like a heater inside of you, and nothing, hardly anything you can do besides sleep with a fan, wear layers of clothing where you can take off, especially in the winter. Just, drinking cold fluids don't help. There's things they say you can avoid, like coffee, spicy food, and that would help detour it. But all in all, it's something that you have to kind of accept and deal with. And if you want to take medication, hormones and stuff, if you have breast cancer that runs in your family, then you have to have a breast exam, and you have to have that often. And it feels like a death sentence. It feels like cruel and unusual punishment. But at the same time, I do understand that it's a part of life. Some people say that, you know, they're happy that they don't have periods anymore to deal with, so they don't have to, whatever. I'd rather have a period. I'd rather have bad cramps once a month than deal with this. And that's just my take on it. Other people, they deal with it a little easier. It helps some people when you are active, you exercise stay away from coffee. But for the most part, it's so individualized, you have to figure out what works for you. Now, I am convinced, personally, that the superstars, movie stars, and rich people, they have a doctor that is doing something for them that's taking away their symptoms and their problems, and they're just going on, you know, maybe like Kris Jenner and the Kardashians and different people that are our age that you see in the movie industry, and it looks like they're just breezing through it and nobody's commenting. There's something that's being done for them medically, but it probably costs a small fortune. And for us people that aren't at that level, we have to find ways to deal with it. So I hope you leave in the description some kind of information on how you're dealing with menopause and how you're accepting it. If you are, try this if you like, because it's all natural. And I would recommend try one box, and if you don't start to feel better, if you go on to your second box, double it up, but maybe call and get some suggestions on how to approach it. Double up on it, and if you don't get results after that, I say ditch it. The other thing I would recommend is you go online somewhere and try to print out the coupons for $10 or $15, because it would be well worth it for you to have a coupon to bring down this cost if it doesn't work for you. Let's get on to the things that I haul. You're way over there. How'd you get over there? Get over here. What it is, I got these bags from the 99-cent store, and they're just like the cutest little bags you just put over your shoulders and go to the grocery store and put your groceries in. But you can see your groceries. So you throw your pocketbook and your keys and your cell phone in there, chuck in your produce, and just put it on your shoulders and head on to the checkout. They had it in red, and then I got it in black and blue, and they may have had it in green, I'm not sure, but I was wishing that this could be like a neutral color or gray or something. It's a clear handbag. It was $3.99. So that's it for my video. I hope that the comments would kind of shed light on us for just the community of us folks that are up in age and dealing with menopause, up in age, or just dealing with menopause in general. Thank you so much, and I'll see you on my next video.